everybody, it's Holly and welcome back to Smile by Holly. Thanks for joining me. So this is what we're going to be making today. It's a card and a box all in one. What a darling little gift to give at Valentine's. So this little box, it holds the ginormous candy bars. Now who wouldn't love to get this? Once again, it's a card and a box. Now, I saw this on Pinterest and I thought, how perfect to have both of those all in one. So that's what we're going to be making today, and it fits the big candy bars. I just think it's adorable. So let's just jump right in and get started. So what you will need for your base. For your base, you will want, this is just a piece of regular 8.5 by 11 cardstock. And you want to cut it down to 10 1/4 by 6 5/8. And then go ahead and bring your scoreboard in. So on each side, you are going to want to score it at 5/8 and 1 1/4. And that's on all four sides. Okay, so 5/8 and 1 1/4. And this is just basic a kind of box making technique. So if you've made a box, nothing hard, but if not, we'll just go through it together. So once again, 5/8 and 1 1/4, and 5/8 and 1 1/4, and 5/8 and 1 1/4. Okay, so let's take our scoreboard, move it out of the way, and bring in some scissors. Now, it's always hard to see these lines, but what you'll find is in each corner, you're going to have 4 boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then on the other 2. So bring your scissors in, and I'll see if I can zoom in a little bit. But go ahead and cut up those 2 lines. So that line and that line, okay? Now this first set of boxes we're going to cut out, okay? So boom, we just cut out those 2 boxes. And then on this one, we're just going to cut out the first box. So that is what it looks like, okay? It looks kind of like a set of stairs. So let's do that again. So cut up the score line on both of these, okay? On the first one, on the outer edge, we're going to cut out both those boxes, boom. And then on this next set, we're just going to cut out the one little box. Okay, so there we go. If you've made boxes, I'm sorry, this is kind of going back to, basic beginner technique. But if you haven't, that's why we're going to just do it nice and slow together. So once again, cut up the score line on both of these. On the outer one, we're going to cut out both of those boxes, okay? And then on this next one, we're going to just cut out the little one. And for our last one, once again, cut up the score lines. This first set, cut out both of those, okay? And then just cut out the one. Okay, so that is what your base looks like. Now we're going to miter our corners, but you just want to take off just a tiny bit because you want your lid, let me bring in my lid, you want your lid to be nice and snug. And if you can see, this lid just goes down in there. Let me move the chocolate. Just folds down in there and it holds. Do you see how that just holds? It doesn't pop up. It just is nice and snug. And so that's why you just want to take off just a slight little bit on these edges. And it's called mitering. You're just taking off tiny little triangle. Do you see that? So let's do that on all 4 of our little squares. Now on 2 of them, it won't matter that much because we're just going to fold it together to make the bottom of the box. But just for the sake, let's go ahead and miter all of them just a tiny little bit. Do you see that? And miter a little tiny triangle off on this one. Okay, boom. Okay, can you see how, let me fold it this way. Do you see how there's just a tiny little section cut off? That is going to help our box just kind of fold together a little bit easier. So I'm going to set this aside. What we're going to do is I'll tell you the size of the paper that you want for the top of this. And I'll bring this in. I've already cut mine down just to save some time. But this piece of paper is going to measure 7 3/4 by 4 1/8. Okay, 7 3/4 by 4 1/8. I'm just going to set this aside. We're going to need it in just a minute as soon as we start to make our box. So go ahead and let's fold and burnish on all of our score lines, and I'll show you where this piece comes in. So I'm just folding on all of my score lines. You know, if you have something to help you burnish, that helps. So how are you guys doing? I hope you're doing amazing. It's always fun to find cute little projects that you can give for Valentine's. And these big chocolate bars, seriously, who does not love those? Okay, so here is the base of our box. We've got it all like scored and folded. Now we are just going to start by doing the bottom of our box. I'm going to bring in my glue, and on these two little tabbies, see these little tabbies right here, we are going to add some glue. So a little bit of glue on these two little tabs. And then this is just going to fold up, bring the bottom of your box up, and just kind of hold it there. I'm just going to hold it there while it dries a little bit. So I'm going to fold these in, and as you can see, this was the bottom of our box that we've just glued together, okay? And then our sides are going to fold up. So then we're going to bring in this paper that we just cut, add some glue, and this is going to go right on top, okay? So simple. Now, before I do that though, I am going to just corner punch my little edges here, corner round my edges. You know, you don't actually need a tool. You could just do this with some scissors, but because my tool is right here. Okay, so I've just kind of rounded my corners. Not necessary, but we're going to fold our box up, and I'm going to add glue on all three of these edges. So let me bend that back a little bit, and we'll get the glue going. This little box is so simple. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, so we're going to fold this bottom part up and just kind of make it so that it's even on the edges. And then while that glue is starting to get tacky, let me add a little bit more. We are going to add our top part. I'm just bending it so it makes an even rectangle. I'm going to hold this here for just a minute, let it get good and gluey, and then I'm going to add glue on the bottom of this one. I should say on the top of this one, I'm sorry. Okay, then this is just going to lay right on top. See how that forms our box? Okay, I'm just lightly pressing on this. Just gently press along these edges. I'm going to stick my scissors in there just so I have something to kind of push against. So there is the top of our box. Didn't that work out just nice? And then this is going to fold down, and this little top part will just fold in. And to see how nice and snug that is, so the top, it's not popping up. And that's why by just barely mitering your corners, this helps to make it just a nice, snug fit. There we go, nice, snug fit. Now for the part that is going to make our card, this little flap right here, okay? So what you'll want to do is, I've just taken a cute piece of pattern paper, And this piece of paper is, let me flip it this way, is going to be 7 3/4 by 4 3/4. Okay, 7 3/4 by 4 3/4. We're going to bring our scoreboard in, and on the short side, we are just going to score at 5/8 of an inch. And it's going to be that 5/8 that just wraps around right here, okay? So 5/8 of an inch, we'll move that out of the way and fold that over. We'll bring in our box, and that is just going to fold over right there, making it so that our card flips open. Isn't that just a cute idea? Okay, let's add some glue onto our little tab right here. Okay, that just folds over nicely. Make sure it's even on the top and the bottom. Now, you'll also want a little piece right here, and this is 7 3/4 by 5/8 of an inch. So while you're using your paper or you're cutting your paper, go ahead and cut just a slice that's 5/8 by 7 3/4. Perfect. And then right here, you can go ahead, you could leave it blank if you wanted. I've just cut some papers. Now these pattern papers that you're going to use are 3 7/8 by 7 1/2. So just slightly smaller so that you have a cute little border going all the way around. Okay. And go ahead and cut 2 of those. Once again, you don't have to. If you wanted to leave this part just white, you could certainly do that. I'm going to add it on both sides of mine. Now this one I'm going to do a double layer. So I've done this one to the 3 7/8 by 7 1/2, and then I'm going to layer just slightly smaller down on top of that. Kind of give it the double layer. So many different things that you can do. Okay, we'll lay that there. And then this one is just slightly smaller by 1/8 of an inch to give another cute little border. Let me show you the paper that I'm using. So this paper pad that I'm using is called Lucky Us, and it's by American Crafts. And isn't that just cute? Valentine, like love paper. Just love it. Let me just show you some of the fun things on the inside. You know, I love the foiled paper that it comes with. Look at those cute cards. So fun, so cute. The flowers, the stripes. So this has been a fun little paper pad to craft with. So we've got that there. Now you can decide, I kind of like to add, you know, a blank little place to write a note, but you know, that can be something, you know, you could leave it without, but I like to have like some white on there so that you could write a cute note. Now you can certainly add some embellishments if you'd like. Let me see what I've got here. I think I might, actually I think I'm gonna add that right there and then add another piece of white for my saying, because that looks really cute right there. You won my heart. I'm gonna take another piece of white then and add it below for my little thought. Before I do that, I've got my glue gun going. Look at these bows that I made out of this beautiful shiny silver. It kind of pulls the foil. Can you see that there's foil? There's foil on that one, and then there's foil on some of these hearts. So that's why I thought these kind of silvery bows would be awesome. And of course, you know, we've got to have our bow, right? Okay, we'll put our bow on there. Okay, so I've just taken another piece of white that I'm going to add underneath so I have a place to write a message. And oh my gosh, so cute. Now I do have some stickers that I got from Dollar Tree, and they match this collection like really, really good. So I'm just trying to decide if we want these on here. Oh, I think that looks really cute. Hugs and kisses. And then maybe something over on this one. All you need is love. Yeah, so those were just two cute little stickers. Let me grab another candy bar. We'll pop this guy down in here. So there are our two cute candy bar holders with a card. So card and box all in one. Let's open these up. So fun, so fast, so cute. And then with your fun little candy bar in at the top. And like I say, those big candy bars, I love those. So easy and quick, cute little Valentine treat. Hey, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you got some value out of this video. If you did, give me a big thumbs up. I would also love to have you subscribe if you haven't already. So, happy Valentine's Day, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Goodbye, everybody.